Alright, Chudes, we got another reaction. Today we're watching the final Glitterbomb of Mark Rober, so let's get into it.
These guys just broke into my car in San Francisco and stole my backpack. But what they'll soon find out is that
not
thanks
good.
to some high-tech glitter and fart spray delivery mechanisms,
Not
it's
good.
no ordinary backpack.
Ain't nobody back here, right?
And this guy's also trying to break into my car, but what he doesn't realize is those are bulletproof windows.
Ooh, bulletproof windows, that's new.
20,000
Smart.
cars are broken into in the city of San Francisco. But who's behind all these break-ins? Like, is it organized crime or gangs or just random individuals? And then what happens to all the stuff that they steal? Well, just like when we use the power of glitter to infiltrate and shut down those terrible scam call centers in India, I'm happy to report that having teamed up with a veteran investigative reporter and gotten our bait car broken into 25 separate occasions over the past 8 months, we now have a much clearer picture of what's going on and even some thoughts on how to stop it. And as this video is the conclusive finale to the whole Glitterbomb
Him and Mr. Beast are doing
so
much for the world.
Finally got some really good reactions to that perfectly harmless yet wretchedly abhorrent fart spray, including one that's not too far off from Macaulay Culkin's here. Now, if you haven't seen any of my other Glitterbomb videos, the 15-second recap is that 5 years ago, these two took a package from my porch, which inspired me to combine my engineering skills with my Christmas time affinity for Kevin McAllister. And that not only led to different versions of Glitterbomb bait packages that would spin, spray, flash, stick, punch, or fly, but
what is he going to do new this year?
Where we ended up infiltrating, then shutting down 5 of those terrible scam call centers. But Mark,
get rid of them.
You said last year was the final Glitterbomb, and that was true. Until earlier this year, I had the unfortunate realization that glitter and fart spray hadn't solved all forms of crime worldwide when my own car was broken into. I'm missing a window.
Oh no.
Not cool, San Francisco. Not cool. That also made me realize our
San Francisco's horrible.
Package last year never got enough.
And here's the thing. When I went to San Francisco, it's a beautiful place, right? Like, it was much better, or like on the same level as Denver. Now it's like 10 times worse, right? It's not even a place I would want to go to.
Actually behind all the San Francisco car break-ins. So 10 months ago, for one final time, we completely redesigned the Glitterbomb from the ground up, only this time it would be custom built just for cars. For starters, instead of using centrifugal force to fire the glitter, this year we'd be using 900.
Oh, it's just a car video, okay.
Because if you take a CO2 bike tire inflator and attach a pipe to the outlet, then connect a high torque servo motor to the opening valve, and then repeat that configuration and stack them on top of each other, well then when you load those pipes with copious amounts of biodegradable glitter and fart spray and then trigger the servo motors, that highly compressed CO2 is going to very quickly push out anything in the pipe that gets in its way. At the core, we still have a custom printed circuit board that will make all the decisions for the device, in addition to talking to us via a two-way cellular connection. Then we slap on a car horn for good measure and place that whole compact form factor into the base of a custom sewn backpack with external access to the outlet nozzles. Like in years past, we'll still capture footage using a pair of phones that get tucked into the sides, with the added benefit of serving as the backpack GPS and the speakers for the countdown timer. And once these backpacks are stolen, they'll of course be on the move all over the place. And since there's no guarantee we're gonna get them back, for the 3rd year in a row, we turn to my friends at T-Mobile to make sure no matter what, we get the footage from the cloud,
huge T-Mobile dub
coverage and crazy speeds of their network that I've actually gone out and benchmarked myself before. Finally, we lock up the bottom compartment to prevent tampering, then use a rubber stopper glued to a patch.
And I like how even, let's go back to that real quick. I like how he even showed the slower speeds. Like, you know, 210. And I don't know if that's on the T-Mobile, but if it is, I like how he, oh no. Oh, Verizon,
before. Finally, we lock up the bottom compartment to prevent tampering, then use a rubber stopper glued to a patch to plug and conceal the outlets. Then as a decoy to divert suspicion, we got some clothes and a bunch of old non-functional laptops to place in each bag. We also created a second version with a suitcase form factor and identical guts in case word got out about the backpacks. Then the car itself has 8 hidden dash cams, all powered by a 2,000 watt-hour camping battery in the trunk that also plugs into the backpack with 2 barrel jacks, one to keep the entire device and both phones at 100% charge until stolen, and the other to serve sort of as a digital tripwire, so the backpack knows exactly when it was stolen to initiate the stolen bag protocol. We also served up 2 more surprises this year.
I get caught the moment they take it. That's crazy.
Windows, which is
well,
the
obviously
same
the
stuff
cameras,
bulletproof
but they
glass
get
is made of.
message.
That car also has the added benefit of a microphone in the trunk for detecting when someone's trying to break the window, which will of course release the air in this tank, triggering this pneumatic piston with a special surprise on the end. And as a final
Jack the
idea,
Clown's
an
there.
actual gaming laptop, remove the extra fan, and in its place added a GPS tracker that would continuously stay charged by using the laptop battery. That way we'd always know where it was, even if they wiped the hard drive. The thought here was to put that laptop in a backpack to actually get stolen with no glitter involved. And then with the help of Dan Noyes, who spent 30 years as the chief investigative journalist for the San Francisco ABC7 news team, we could trace the laptop's footsteps to try and get some answers. So after a couple of months of designing, testing, and building, we put them out in a few different cars, and we waited.
Okay.
And we didn't have to wait long. But before I subject you to gratuitous amounts of broken glass, I'm gonna start off with a little broken glass of my own. 3, 2, 1.
What is this?
Nice shot, Eloise. I'm Mark Rober, and for over a decade, I've been making YouTube videos to showcase what it means to think like an engineer. But what exactly does that mean? You ready? Whoa. Thoughts?
Probably less catalyst.
Good call. It means you know failure's part of the process. It's how you learn. And thinking this way makes you a better soccer player or piano practicer because you're resilient and you keep tweaking and trying until you get it right. Or you can just come up with a totally different solution. Because if you think like an engineer, you think differently. And that unlocks creative new ways to have fun. And that's exactly why I created Crunch Labs, where you get a super fun toy that gets delivered to your porch every month.
I think this is a great idea.
You're gonna love that one, Sarah. See you next month.
We need more people to know about who are like interested in engineering and easier way of them accessing it.
Having a ton of fun at the same time.
Elephant toothpaste, baby.
Just go to crunchlabs.com right now and reserve
That looks
yours.
like some safe stuff though.
Out of the gate, it was pretty clear if our goal was to find out who was behind all these car break-ins, they were going to do everything in their power to not be found out. But the advantage of teaming up with an 18-time Emmy Award-winning investigative journalist is that when one of our 8 cameras
Emmy awarding,
nearly causing an accident,
oh my god,
play it back.
What was that?
Their license plate, which must be precisely why they'd removed their license plate. Thankfully, on our third break-in, our
that was crazy.
And this time, we struck pay dirt. Because once Dan ran the license plate, he made a shocking discovery. Turns out, this car belonged to a longtime SF State College professor who also sits on the board of a prestigious Oakland charter school. And so like any good investigative journalist, Dan found his home address and showed up to confront him. Except he turned out to be a really nice guy who informed us that his license plate was stolen from his car a few weeks prior. And what Dan would eventually learn on nearly all the
they're just taking people's license plates.
Is that not only do the thieves commonly
I think there's easier way. Well, I don't encourage this at all. This is horrible, but I think there's probably easier ways.
So the car thieves showed they could handle our cameras and investigative techniques, but now the question was, how would they handle a little bit of harmless glitter? Spoiler alert, not very well.
A bomb or something.
Oh no!
That's a charger.
Yeah.
No, see that's a charger.
Throw it out the window, throw it out the window.
I'm trying to.
I'm trying. Get it out, get out.
Notice how the first thing he does is check the trunk by pulling down the seat, trying to unsuccessfully steal our strapped-down battery. This is pretty common for them to do, and it's why leaving valuables in your trunk isn't really a great option.
Well, there's really no other place to put them, is there? Other than probably up front, or just taking them with you. That's probably the best option if you live in San Francisco. Don't leave anything in your car.
But our laptop too.
5, 4, 3, 2,
This next one is truly one of my favorite reactions ever, because one of the guys proves there actually is honor among thieves as he takes the full blame for the fart spray stench. And I'm just gonna let the tape roll to give you an exclusive first-person viewpoint of what it's like to ride along with some of these smash and grab thieves.
To the next spot. Keep going. No, yeah, to the next, to the parking lot. F that, money. We got Georgia plates. I got it route for us, man.
We got Georgia plates.
I got it route for us.
If you talk about this parking lot.
Yes, and there's
And we
two
going
more.
in there.
Yes, and there's two more parking lots going down the street that we gotta hit.
I just don't know.
How do they get these routes that they just go down, scout the area? I'm very quite curious.
It shouldn't be.
I smell it now.
Me too. I'm smelling something. I claim whatever though. Hold on. I claim whatever. Is that shit back there?
Go. It don't matter. Just go. Do the other one.
So why is just the fart spray going off and not the glitter?
Stay, baby.
And the
Now. Shut up. Come on. Stay.
Pull up in front of him.
No,
and
stay.
these people don't. These seem super amateur at like taking anything. Like there's a YouTube video. It's like an ex-jewelry thief, and he goes in depth of how he did some of his heists and everything. These people seem so immature compared to like a professional thief, which is weird to say a professional thief, but in this context, these guys don't know what they're doing.
Get in the car, money.
They're just smashing windows.
Get in the front seat.
It's okay. Get it. It's okay. Why you get in the back?
No, let him get in the front. Let him get in the front so it's quick, bruh.
Get in the front. Open your door. No, that suitcase not gonna fit through my shit.
Let's go. Go left. Keep searching. We're going back to the.
Man, this is crazy. Oh, there's the glitter and fart.
14, 13,
There it is.
12, 11,
There it is. Freaking out, get it out of here.
7, 6,
And we were surprised to learn that more than half of the steals weren't from thieves traveling in cars. But that still leads them to developing their own strategies. For example, this guy here has already scoped out and wants to steal our backpack. The problem is, all these people over here would see him. That is, unless he just waits for the perfectly timed obstruction.
Oh my
This guy not
god.
only has an official construction worker type vest on, but his technique is to break in on foot. Then
Was that
walk
a
his
gun?
treasures back to his car. Foot.
What was that?
Official construction worker type vest.
Some type of
But his
knife?
technique is to break in on foot.
Oh, it looked like a barrel at
then
first.
walk
I was
his
like,
newfound
what?
treasures back to his car, where he can now discreetly lean
That's
into the window to
completely
see what he
dumb.
got, which probably works out really well 99% of the time. But it's hilariously the worst possible strategy in this case.
Oh my.
Because in the end, he leaves the backpack behind and drives off, having
I
stolen
can't
just
believe
a
he
fart
just
spray.
checks it
Now, one thing
as
all
soon
the
as he
thieves had in
gets
common
it.
was how quickly they could break the glass, which is actually surprisingly difficult to do if you don't have the right technique.
Yeah, they
All car
got
windows are
either
made
just
from
really good
tempered glass, which,
technique
by the way, as far as
or
inventions go, is an incredible feat of engineering, because it not only makes the glass much harder to break, but if it does break,
Or
it's
like,
actually harmless
some
pebbles
type of
that are
metal.
going to leave deep cuts. The one Achilles' heel to tempered glass, however, is it's extremely vulnerable to highly concentrated points of stress.
Yep.
And while this window can easily withstand my soccer ball, baseball, and even wrench, if I take a simple spark plug and harvest just the ceramic insulating part, the sharp, ultra-hard aluminum oxide is able to create a tiny localized stress point on the window,
boom.
and that's all it takes. And that's why in every case, they're using some form of this spark plug in a handle form, where the
Yep.
tip is a really sharp piece of ceramic or hardened steel,
Okay.
at which point it doesn't take much force at all. And since it's typically so easy for them, while the pop-up face didn't activate
Here
because of a
comes the
battery issue,
bulletproof.
it was still really heartwarming.
What am I doing
to see
wrong?
them
What am I
open up
doing
the
wrong?
window,
Come on, yo, hurry
The
up!
juicy piece of luggage was just
I'm
sitting there
trying.
in plain sight, only to eventually leave in
And even
frustration,
throws it.
totally empty-handed.
Come,
And to
look
be
at
fair,
her,
quite a few
dumbass.
of the break-ins were from individuals.
like-
It would be a stretch to classify as seasoned professionals. For example, this guy tried to use a blowtorch to break the window, which definitely isn't a thing. He
What?
finds a screwdriver to snap the edge of the glass, but then realizes he broke the wrong window and the backpack won't fit out. So he goes to unlock and open the door, but now he set off the alarm. So he has to ride off to avoid suspicion with mission unlocked.
Oh my
Or
god,
there's this guy who spends
man.
about an hour tracking the car, pacing back
No
and forth,
way.
come up with a plan, and work up the courage to make the steal.
Oh, he's just
Only
a.
to eventually learn this hopeful life lesson on taking stuff that isn't yours.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be the cops. It's in my hand.
Now before I end this video, and the whole Glitterbomb series for that matter, with hands down the best reaction to the fart spray we've ever got in 6 years, I want to revisit the question Dan and I hope to answer through all these break-ins in the first place, with regards to who's behind these and why.
Yeah, why is there so
And I'll
many?
start by saying, typically on the news, you'll see organized groups like this, because that just looks really intimidating. But that was much more of a rare occurrence in our experience.
It's usually
More than
like.
80% of our seals were just individuals
Yeah.
acting on their own. So like, not some kind
I was gonna
of
say, like, one or
organized
two
gang
people.
operation. And a majority of the 80% that were individuals honestly didn't seem like they even did this very often. So then why are they doing it? Well, as we were trying to figure that out ourselves, we sort of hit a breakthrough on our GPS tracking laptop. Because after it was
Also,
stolen, it
there-
came to
they
this
probably
location
still
for about
might
half a day,
be
but then after that, it made its way over to this
organized.
neighborhood, and that's where it's been ever since. But the thing is, Dan recognized that first spot because he did a news report more than a month and a half earlier when he told
Yeah,
the story of a video producer who tracked his stolen gear there because
I don't
the
know,
police knew it was
though.
a fencing
It's hard to
operation
say.
where they could quickly exchange the gear for money.
He's on the
Yeah, it's organized in some way. Like the fact, like earlier when the guy was saying I got some roots, like they has to go through some type of network for them to find out this type of stuff, right?
block of Leavenworth.
And he goes, oh yeah, that's a known major fencing operation. Everybody in the Bay Area knows that they can bring their stolen goods and offload them there.
And look, there's a whole host of things that leads to 20,000 cars per year getting broken into and people taking stuff that isn't theirs. And some of the core issues down here are super complicated and require nuance and public policy to address. But right below people stealing from cars are these fencing markets. There's a demand for these stolen goods. So it feels like shutting down these
there's
markets
some type of
and not having
yeah.
a place to exchange stolen goods for money so incredibly easily would go a long ways to stopping car break-ins. This is also why you see people stealing things like soap and toiletries from a place like Walgreens. The thief doesn't need that much soap, but when he knows he can easily turn it into real money,
Wait, go back. No way, bro.
doesn't need that much soap. But when he knows he can easily turn it into real money in less than an hour, you eventually get stores that look like this,
Completely
or just
empty.
permanently have to shut down altogether. And I can't imagine
A
I'm telling
Walgreens
you
is
something that
completely
you'll
shutting
already know,
down.
But when you have a public news report about a spot apparently everyone knows you can go to sell stolen items, and then
Then
1.5
no longer
months
go
later,
there.
my laptop goes to the exact same spot to be sold, it certainly feels like more could be done here to remove the incentive for the break-ins and store thefts to occur in the first place. And so with that, I'll leave you with this. And I feel it's very important to point out here that
Yeah, I
this
feel
fart
like
spray
no one would
is
go
perfectly
there, but
harmless to breathe.
people
It
probably
just
go there even
truly
more.
Smells really, really bad. Because after breaking not one, but two of our windows, he yells out a racial slur ostensibly at an innocent bystander. And in the most perfect definition of instant karma ever, 2 minutes later, the dry heaving ensues.
There it is. There it is. Actually going to throw her up. He actually did. He did. He threw up. That's some
So that's it,
high
my official
definition.
final wrap on the whole series. And if you've been keeping score at home, we've had 167 porch pirates glitterbomb themselves, as well as
167.
29 car thieves. We've returned $50,000 to elderly scam victims, and had 5 scam call centers shut down,
Wow.
with 53 of those scammers arrested. So thanks for watching and sharing these
Incredible
heartwarming videos over the years, and of course a final thank you farewell to these two, without which none of this would have ever happened.
And a little montage on everything. They knew what was happening.
Look at that glitter? Yeah.
They know it's going to take forever to clean up now.
Ew, I smell it.
This is beautiful. Alright, we get it. Man, it's a scam. Man, that kid who's mad at the YouTuber.
Reaction like that, well, I got great news for you, because they're open.
Yeah, man. What a great video. But the kid to get mad like that and be like, fuck you, YouTuber. Man, you should just take it back and be like, maybe I shouldn't have taken that. Maybe I shouldn't steal anymore. Just maybe, you know? Anyways, that's going to do it for me. This was a really good video. I would go check it out, Mark Rober. I mean, 15 million views. I'm a little late to it, but anyways, see ya.